I think we're live. Hey, everybody, welcome into the Flippin Hippos channel. Today, as you can tell by the title, we are doing a live show with Justin from RVA Flips. I called it a listing party, but I'm actually going to be doing photographs instead of listing. I have a death pile of plush. My longtime viewers know that I've been working through about 500 plush for a long time. So I decided that today I'll just do photographs instead of listing and see how many I can get done in a couple hours. We're going to stay live until about 2 o'clock, maybe a little bit later, but I do have to start on the list for shipping by 2:30. So it's ready when Keith gets home. But I have 2 boxes of plush here and a bag full. So you guys get to see the plushie queen prep. My phone, I'm going to throw out the window. It's my fault. Like, I left the Halloween notification on there all these months. Anyway, I'm going to be just going through how I always do the plush, how I lint roll and clean them if they need spot cleaned with my awesome. I don't have any paper towels, so I'm actually going to have to get up and leave and go grab paper towels because there's none on my cart. I do have a new lint roller, though. So, Justin, you want to say hi to everybody? I'm going to go grab some paper towels.
Yep. Hey, everyone. I have a YouTube channel, if you don't know. It is RVA Flips. I actually do this type of stuff a lot. I call it reseller white noise. I'll usually just open up the Google Hangouts. Anyone that's brave enough to come on camera, I'll put the link in the chat. And if you guys want to join in and talk while you work, that's cool. If not, you can hang out in the chat. I find that a lot of the community likes this sort of content because, let's face it, like if you're a full-time reseller, it gets kind of lonely, listing and talking to your pets or your baby or, whatever you got going on in your house. So I like doing this stuff. I like doing these working hangouts, and I kind of challenge Star to try it out on her channel. So that's what we're doing. And yeah, so you're going to see how the sausage is made, and that's a reference to the show The Office, if you guys are a fan. If not, it probably doesn't make sense. Yeah, so that's me. But yeah, my channel is RVA Flips. If you're not subscribed, please go and check it out, and I would really appreciate it if you would subscribe. That'd be cool. But I see a lot of familiar faces in here, like NH Guy. How's it going, buddy? Obviously, my good friend Mike at Newfound Past Thrifts and Flips, Michelle Lathan, Kelly Post, Trina. How's it going? Let me scroll up here. Yeah, so I've seen a lot of familiar faces, so it's good to see you guys as well. Good morning, Holly. I see you as well. I run amok. Tracy Thrifts It says she found a Build-A-Bear Stormtrooper yesterday. Nice. So I'm guessing that's going to get wrapped up and go to the husband, correct? Yeah, the Thrifty Shopper blogs, it does. And also, if you guys aren't familiar with my channel, I think a lot of you guys are, but I also do if you guys are early birds, I do a morning show almost every single day. Usually start up by 7:15, late at 7:30, and it runs for about 30 minutes to an hour. I call it the Reseller Water Cooler. It's very informal. We just all get together and kind of chat before we get going on the day. It's pretty fun, and I think people enjoy it. So as long as people are still enjoying it, I'll continue to. But yeah, that's just a little bit about me, my channel. Me and Star are good off-screen friends. We've been friends for quite a long time, probably the better part of going on probably almost half a year. Honestly, we're like internet reseller friends, as I like to call it. She's cool. She's very knowledgeable. I message her all the time during yard sale season about plushes. I don't know anything about them, and she helps me out there. But yeah, it's good to build a community of like-minded individuals, and especially ones that have knowledge in different areas than you. And me and Star, we both do a lot of clothing, but she's more knowledgeable when it comes to the women's stuff. She's definitely way more knowledgeable when it comes to stuffed animals and that kind of thing. And, I also try to help her out if she ever needs help. I mean, she's pretty knowledgeable though, but yeah, it's just good. I would encourage anyone in the chat to kind of find people, whether it be in the Facebook groups, like that, to, people that you can confide in and, ask for advice outside of those groups, because sometimes those groups are just filled, everyone's, look, Sarah's going to get mad because she's away, but look, everyone's got an opinion, and they're basically like assholes. They all smell bad, right? So just keep that in mind.
They get mad. Demonetized. So as you guys can see, my little bear, he's laying down right now. That's how I measure them. I always recommend to lay them like this or on their sides so you can get from the head to the toe. This bear is too cute. Thanks, Justin, for talking. Hey, magic. Every time I go live.
What did you sell?
I don't know yet. I don't get like overly excited anymore. Is that terrible? I mean, when you're a volume seller and it's all day long, I'll look when I look. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get excited by the cha-ching still.
I mean, I do. I'm like, oh, something sold, but I don't run and
check it. Yeah.
I've got to get this. I had a string on this Care Bear's foot. So a lot of people also ask me how I store my plush. I'm going to look at my sale, but then I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to start new bags today. And again, this is going to be a working video. So Justin and I may probably not. Is that even English?
I'm pretty good at keeping up with the chat even while working. I mean, I'm not going to see it like real time, but I'll you know.
Well, I mean, we're not going to like talk the entire time.
Oh no! I mean, I might be talking, but it'll be under my breath, or just, or I might just be BSing with you, Star. I won't keep myself at an upper PG rating level though, language wise. On my channel, guys, I will warn you, it can get R rated, but I do respect Star, and I'll keep her channel the way she wants to keep it. We're going to keep it at that hard PG rating. Yeah,
this is a family-friendly channel. A lot of my viewers are moms and have small ones at home, and I like for them to be able to watch me when their kids are in the room.
Which means
you know how to look that up on your channel, right? To see like
yeah, I can tell you right now, 85% of my audience is men between the ages of 40 to 60.
Yeah, like 90% of my audience is women 20 to 40.
Yeah.
And a lot of them have small kids, and I respect them and their time.
Sure.
You know,
and look,
I use words they don't want around their kids. They're going to have to watch me at times that aren't convenient for them, and then they may not watch me at all. So
I get that. That makes perfect sense. And for me, like, you know, I try to keep realistic. I try to keep it down to like a PG-13 level, you know. But when you have certain people on or whatever, you know, things can go off the rails. But you try to just keep it down. I typically, like, if you come to my channel, you're not gonna hear a bunch of F-bombs or that kind of stuff. So I don't want you to be too worried. You know, but yeah. But
so that's my handwriting is awful, but I take our old bulk sheets and I tear them in half because I totally believe in recycling and reusing. And I number big bags like this, these long bags. And we have a ton of these. We have like a box that's pretty tall. It's taller than a padded flat rate box if any of you guys order those from the USPS website. Full of these because our Honey Pot thrift that closed down in July, they used to put everything we bought in these because we would go in there and spend like $100, $200 every Saturday, which was like 100 to 200 items. So we always had just tons of these left over. And I kept them and started using them for my plush like a long time ago. So anyway, excuse me. Anyway, you can see I'm starting bag 16, and then this one's going to be bag 17. I try to keep my little guys like him and my big guys like her in separate bags. So I'll have a bag full of all of these little guys and a bag full of all of the bigger guys. And then it's easier to find the little ones when you're looking for them because they're not like lost or buried at the bottom of the big ones. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yep. Absolutely.
Is Wade here?
Yeah, I saw him pop in. I don't know if he's still here or not, but he was in for a bit.
Hi, Wade, if you're still here. And Kelly, or Hip Flippin' Mama, as everybody else knows you, Mama. This is my plush queen crown. I wear it when I'm doing plush because that's how I roll. Okay, I'm sorry. You guys, when I work, if you could like watch me live working without me knowing I was on camera, you would probably be calling someone to come commit me. Because I
talk pretty regularly throughout the workday, and I think I can agree with that, Star.
Yeah, I talk to myself. I talk to Henry. He thinks he's cool today. He has sunglasses on. I sing to my hamsters and talk. And I don't know. I just don't like quiet. And I'll talk to my shows. You guys know I like stream my shows when I work. I'll yell at them and talk to them too. And I make up weird dances. And I like to sing a lot. Like, I'm terrible at singing. Like, you never want to hear me sing. But I sing a lot. Like, I just make up songs. Like, I'll be waiting for the Keurig, and I'm like, getting my coffee. Woo, 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 getting my coffee. Holly talks to her cats. What are you reallying about?
My buddy Craig, the land shark picker, he says he got crashed last night during his live stream from by a troll. And I was kind of shocked by that because his channel is still relatively small. So typically the people that are subscribed to him are good people. So.
Oh yeah. By the way, shameless plug. If you follow Justin here and you're not one of my subscribers, please help me feed all of my hungry hippos and subscribe to my channel. Hippos to feed. See, I'm just gonna I guess, just work like I always do, and you guys will have to deal with how freaking weird I am.
Star, I'm not gonna get into what we were talking about yesterday. I'm sure you didn't watch all 6 hours of my thing yesterday, nor would I ever expect you to. But we got talking about Game of Thrones, and I think I messaged you in the chat. So if you remember what I said about Game of Thrones in the chat, that topic came up, and we talked about it for about 20 minutes. So these people, if they're from my channel, they're used to weird.
So I tried to read the books once upon a time. I mean, we're talking long before that HBO even thought about making it a show. My 14-year-old was an infant.
Oh, wow.
Like, I used to read while I breastfed. I would read, like, out loud. Probably why my kids are weird, too, because I, like, read the Dark Tower series and other Stephen King books out loud to them while they were breastfeeding. But I was told somewhere that it didn't matter what you read. It was just that your voice, the baby would, like, the baby thrived when they heard your voice all the time, you know?
Yeah.
And it didn't matter what you read to them. It was just your voice, like your tone of voice and how you sounded. And so I would read things that I enjoyed too. Anyway, I tried to read the books. I got halfway through the first one and I gave it back to my friend that loaned it to me. And I think my exact words were, I would rather stab a screwdriver through both of my eyeballs than ever read more of this.
Oh my goodness, poor land shark. Okay, maybe Star. So my buddy land shark experienced something. I'm not gonna get into it. And by the way, he did subscribe to you as well, Star. He said in the chat, but he had someone come on his stream last night because he opened it up kind of like what I do, and apparently this person dropped trouser on his stream. So maybe I need to start thinking twice about just leaving the link up to anybody and just tell people if they want in to message me on Facebook.
Yeah, that's what me and Casey do. We only send the link to people like privately. Like I send it to you on Facebook.
Yep.
And Casey will actually text me on my phone.
Yeah.
But yeah, when you leave it open to anybody, I would never do that just because you have it.
But apparently I don't want that kind of ballsy on my channel.
I would never do it just because of my haters. Like, you're one of the few people I've shown the comments I hold back.
You get a lot of crappy comments. Yeah,
I don't really need someone coming on my live show and telling me to kill myself or that I'm a fat pig.
That's such a. I mean, dude, look. Okay, here's what I have to say about that. If you don't like a content creator, that's fine. We're not gonna like everyone on YouTube, right? We're just not. Like, different strokes, different folks. But if you don't like somebody, don't come and hit the thumbs down. Actually, do hit the thumbs down button because that helps us. But don't send these crappy comments. Don't. I mean, look, if you get, you know, if you don't like somebody, just move on, right? Like, I don't understand how these people let people take up so much of their headspace.
Well, that's what I said on my live channel Sunday night. Like, how do you even have time? I don't have time for that. Like, I barely have time for the people I like.
Yeah.
I barely have time to talk to you and Holly and Jamie and Justin and Casey and Sydney in a given day. And I talk to all of you every day.
Right.
You know, but barely. It's like major multitasking.
Don't mute our little conversations on it. I have to do it too, honestly, Star. I'll have to mute it too during the work day. Yeah, but
it's like it's a struggle to make time for people that I actually enjoy.
Yeah.
Why would I make time to go hate on people?
Bearded Picker says keyboard warriors spread hate and rage and are huge chicken craps because they are anonymous. 100% agree. 100% agree.
You know what? 100,000% agree.
Yep.
People are so brave behind a computer screen.
Mm-hmm.
So brave. They'll say stuff to you they wouldn't dream of saying in real life, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean,
maybe not being a turd.
Yeah, and like, yeah. I mean, Scott, you know, he's gotten very lucky. He had a video that went viral with him buying up all those Monopoly games, but along with that came a lot of crappy comments. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's why I hold mine back.
Yep.
In the beginning, I used to hold them back just so I knew who I had responded to and who I hadn't yet.
Yep.
But then I started getting haters, and I'm like, oh, geez, people are nice. Some of us have better things to do. Yeah. I mean, yeah, I agree with Bearded Picker. No one's ever like really threatened me, but I get a lot of kill yourselves from one particular person.
That's crazy, man. Can you just outright block them or no?
No, most of them I just delete, but if it's like something really horrible, you like the racist guy that's always going on about Jewish people.
I haven't seen him.
I've shown him to you.
Oh yeah, I know you're talking about now.
I report his because I don't need that kind of hate on my channel. Whether you guys see it or not, whether I delete, like, hold the comment back or not, I don't need it in my life.
Holly says, if you get threatened, tell me. I'm only a little while away. And you know, Holly's got well, I'm sure you do too, Sar, but Holly ran a gunshot for many moons, so.
I know how to handle myself.
I'm sure. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah. I have no doubt.
And so does Keith, so we're not.
I have no doubt.
But, you know, they're crazy people are crazy. And
most of them are just people that are, you know, I don't know. You know, it's one of those things.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter how well you carry yourself. If you have a concealed carry or what, if you get, what do they call that on the cop shows? A blitz attack? Where they just kind of sneak up behind you and hit you?
Scott is saying, Star, that you can block them from your channel and then they won't be able to even leave comments for you to have to review.
Who's Scott?
The Bearded Picker.
Oh, yeah, I knew that.
Okay.
I knew that. I knew who Scott was. Oops. I like had a total brain fart. Like, who the hell are you talking about? Yeah. I'm totally brain farting here. Maybe working and talking isn't good.
It's hard. It's hard. But you'll get used to it. If you need to, just don't talk. You know, I'm pretty good at just running my mouth.
No, okay. I put the Care Bear back in the box with the other ones.
Yeah.
Instead of in his bag. Oh, and here's something else I do. Before I put them in their bag, I usually will make 2 tiny pieces of paper with the bag numbers I'm working with, or lay the animal like this, and I get a shot. It does not go on my listing, But if I'm solid working and not live, I can take 40 to 50 photos of animals in 2 hours. So then when I go to list, I'll forget. I do divide them up by size, but still, I like to have that photo so I know that Minnie Mouse went into 17. You know what I mean?
Right. All right, I'm sorry. I got to read this star. Oh, my cha-ching-chingness. Sorry if I butchered your name. They have a pretty funny thing. They say, I wish Trump would do a WWE intro every time he had a press conference with the smoky entrance and disco lights and play the chorus to Taylor Swift, Shake It Off, every time he entered the room. He has the WWE connections. Him and Vince McMahon are buddies.
Yeah, he was on there once, right?
Yeah, he's in their Hall of Fame. The only U.S. president to be in the Wrestling Hall of Fame, guys.
That would be great. I mean, I could just see him like. Excuse all the loud noise. I'm opening my.
You're fine, dude. I used the tape.
I'm unwrapping. Oh, these lint rollers are the best too. I think I had it in my how I clean plushie video. It's $4, so it's kind of pricey. But look how big it is. Like normal lint rollers are like
you have that below.
Huh?
You have a link for those so I could buy them?
No, because I get them at Walmart.
Okay.
That's the only place you can find them.
Okay, I'll go get them from there then.
Yeah, I would have an affiliate link for these. If I've never been able to find them anywhere but Walmart, and they don't do affiliate links. See, this is the brand. Evercare, and it's $4, but look how big it is. Like, I want to give you guys something for scale because I don't have a normal sized. Because most lint rollers are like that. What could I put in here for scale? A phone? Yeah, look, it's as big as a phone.
That's crazy.
And these sheets last forever. I go through one of these every 3-4 weeks, but I do a lot of plush. If you don't use them consistently like I do, probably last you a lot longer. I love how big they are. Like, we were at the Dollar Tree last week, and he's like, just get your lint rollers here. And I went and looked at them, and I'm like, no, because they're like a fourth of the size of what I'm used to. These are teeny weeny wimps. I'm like, I want my big one from Walmart. This bat has something on him. I don't know what it is. We're going to clean it. But yeah, I love those lint rollers. Oh, and people, speaking of links down below. I'll multitask very well, sorry. You see my setup over here with the lights and the paper and the stand. All of that is below. So if you are looking for a good setup or want one like mine, I do have all of that down there.
And fun fact, guys, if y'all are newer to my channel, my very first YouTube appearance happened to be on Miss Star's channel. She was the very first person to ever have me on her show before I even had a video on YouTube. So,
yes, before he even had a YouTube channel or was a YouTuber, I had him on my show to talk about pirate ship. And in 1 month, he has more subscribers than I do. But I still love him. I'm jealous a little bit. I'm not going to hate on him. But I would like to have 2,000 as well.
Dude, you're going to get there, man. You put out good content. You're consistent in your uploading.
No, I'm not.
Well, I mean, you at least put out 4 to 5 videos a week. I mean, I watch them, so I know.
Yeah, I would like to do one every day, but there's just days where I just don't feel like it, and I put it off, and then, dinner time comes and goes, and I do the dishes, and I'm like, okay, I'll do one in the evening. And then Keith's in here taking pictures, and he's noisy. You've heard, like, the crinkling when I do, like, the Wetzel video where he's in the back. I don't know. There's just days where I just put it off and don't do it because I don't want to.
This is a question I think is better answered by you, Star. NH Guy is asking, are lint rollers better than using like shipping tape or duct tape?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I was drinking coffee.
Yeah, you're fine. Absolutely.
Because they're meant to pick up lint and string, and they roll. So if you're using duct tape, I imagine you're using it like the way where you wrap it backwards around your hand and pat. Which, I mean, I used to do that when I used to work outside of the house in recreational therapy at a nursing home. We had a dress code. I had to dress up every day for work, and there were a lot of days to work, and I'd have stuff on me, so I would use tape. But these are meant to roll. You know what I mean? They're just easier to use. Somebody bought their first plush. Heather, I saw that.
Now, NH guy, for me, I need to get what Star was showing because the few lint rollers I bought, they've been the smaller ones, and those don't work real well for me. But I'm not doing a lot of plush right now. I have a crap ton of my storage unit I need to list that Star helped me with when I went yard sailing. But I haven't listed them yet, so I need to get some of those lint rollers because currently what I'm doing for like clothing is I will just use like a piece of eBay 3-inch tape and do that. But I definitely need to try out that bigger one that she showed on camera that she got at Walmart.
Yeah, so they're fantastic. I literally made a special trip to Walmart that day because I wanted the big one. I was at the Dollar Tree to get tissue paper for Poshmark. I used the free stuff, or my store coupon, I guess I should say.
Right.
For the eBay branded tissue paper for eBay orders, but for Macari and Poshmark, Amazon and Bonanza, we like to just use plain tissue paper. Kind of tacky to send it with eBay. We also keep clear tape. Like we get the eBay branded tissue paper and tape with our store coupon, but we keep plain tissue paper and clear tape around for the other platforms. This little bat's tag doesn't want to stay down. Oh, and I don't know how y'all feel about it, but I don't like people's fingers in pictures. It grosses me out.
I'm the same way. I say it all the time on my channel. I always use like a pen or like scissors or something to hold down the tag.
Yeah, I always use my permanent markers.
Yep.
Keith puts his fingers in every.
I've noticed that on some of your listings because
I just want to like punch him in the face.
Yeah, I'm a store stalker. So, guys, if you don't know this about me, if I find your eBay store, I'm not going to steal any of your ideas or anything, but I do like to stalk people's stores. Hey, Megan, how's it going? Oh, I see how it is, Megan. You'll come see me on Star's channel, but not my own. I get it. That's okay. I still love you.
Megan's my friend.
But yeah, I agree completely. But yeah, sorry, I have seen that where he like on your listings, everything's like prim and proper with a pen or like with a, keeping using something other than a bodily appendage. And then like on the men's clothing, it's I see Keith's hands in there.
Star owns me. That's funny. Yeah, no, I'm always yelling at him about it. Like it. Like we got into a talk with Casey in Florida, and even Casey told Keith, "Man, keep your fingers out." Sydney said it's gross, and he's still like, "How hard is it?"
Yeah, I mean, literally, I just keep this right here, like whenever I'm listing, like especially like with clothing, I'll just use that to hold down the tag. Or if it's a small tag and I just need something to weigh it down, I'll use the end of a pair of scissors.
I use either my permanent markers that are all black or my purple. I have felt tip pens.
Megan uses clear double-sided tape to hold down her tags. That's actually pretty smart. So because she doesn't even have a pen in the photo. Okay, that's actually a good idea.
What are we talking about with lemon juice?
Hell if I know. Tracy, I just heat a bowl with lemon juice for a few minutes and let it sit. Let me see what Tracy said. I have no clue what is going on there. With
I know. I know what they're talking about.
Getting something in the microwave.
Trina's trick is good, but another really good trick is to get your dish rag sopping wet, like dripping water.
Get it moist.
And squirt some dish soap inside of it and cook that in the microwave, and the fumes from your dish soap actually like lift everything off. cook it for like 30 seconds to a minute. And after it's done, when it cools down enough for you to touch the rag, you just wipe all of it right out. I'm nodding my head like I have sage advice to give. Is Justin still here?
Yeah, I'm right here. Hi.
Oh, you were like super quiet.
I'm listening. You were talking. I didn't want to interrupt you. Look, I'm a guest. I am a guest, and this is your house.
Yeah. Oh, and I know. Oh, I want to go back to the whole Keith fingers in the picture thing.
Sure.
I know why. Because he'll have the shirt on our male mannequin, and he just kind of like lifts the collar up and takes a picture at a tack. I do mostly jeans, which is flat lay anyway, so you're just taking it, you know. But when I do women's tops, I take them off of the mannequin, set her aside, and lay it down and have the plushie back there and take the pictures of my tags. Because I can't handle fingers in the picture. It probably bothers me as much as shoes do, to be honest.
Oh, you mean these, Star? You mean these nasty things?
So, so actually last week I got here. I'm gonna go show you guys. Look how productive I'm being. I've taken 3 pictures. But I'm excited. I bought these last week, and then a bunch of stuff came up this weekend. I didn't get around to it. We had to deal with some other stuff. But I got. I'm a cheapo, so it's all Walmart brand. But this is a magic eraser. These are gloves. Can you guys guess what project I'm gearing up for? Gloves and a magic eraser.
Shoes.
Yep, and I got one of these, and I have to thank Holly for this tip. I have some Nike tennis shoes I've actually had since the summer, which is sad. But I have some Nike tennis shoes, and they are in really great shape, except on the bottom, there's some dirt and stuff, like in the grooves of the bottom of the shoes. And I asked Holly how I would clean that, and she said to get a little bit of soap and water and a nail brush. And you just scrub the bottom of the shoe and it'll clean it. Pretty cool.
Nice. Yeah, I got a shoe brush down here. It's pretty gross. Somewhere down there. Like this room, it's like if you were to come in here, you would think I'm like completely unorganized, but I know where every little thing is in this room. And, like I operate in controlled chaos.
So, Newfound Pass Stirps and Flips says magic erasers are just polyurethane foam. You can buy them in bulk on eBay or Amazon.
Yeah, I did do that, Mike, but I'll tell you this. And I talked to Lonnie about it too. I bought a pack of like 97 of them for like, I think it was like $4. It took a long time to come because it's from China, but they weren't the same quality as the, like even like the off-brand, like magic erasers from like Walmart. Like the Great Value or like the Mr. Clean ones. I mean, they do the job, but they do degrade a little bit quicker. But for the price difference, you know. But yeah, he's right. You can order like 98 of them for like $4. But you know, it's like one of those direct ship from China deals.
If I ever start doing a lot of shoes, I may look into buying them in bulk. But
see, we use magic erasers a lot. My wife is like, she swears by them when she's cleaning the house, you know.
See, I'm very basic when I clean the house. I like those wipes, the disinfectant Lysol wipes in the tub.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
I wipe everything down with those, and then I like Pine Sol, like diluted with a little bit of water in a spray bottle. I like the way Pine Sol smells. I mop with it too.
Nice. Yeah, we can't really mop because we have that like fake wood. You know, all of our floors are quote unquote wood, but it's like that laminate crap, so it's not real wood. So you have to be careful what you put on it.
We have faux wood floors.
Oh, and you still use the pine saw? It doesn't cause any issues?
Mm-mm. No, not
I'll
anymore.
tell my wife that because I'm not going to do it.
We have the faux wood. I don't like to use a whole lot of it. I have one of those shark ones that the canisters on the back of the mop with, and I just dilute the pine saw in there with water. I've lost my phone though because it's right here. And then you just squirt it as you go. You know.
Right.
It has a removable, like sponge, not sponge. It has a removable cloth pad that I have 2 of them, and I rotate through it like alternate so I can wash them in the washing machine. 30 seconds to a minute, Tracy Thrifts, and make sure there's lots of soap on it. Pine saw reminds me of daycare. Pine saw reminds me of my grandma's house. So I really like the smell of it. It just
has like a sentimental smell to you.
Yeah. Me, it just, I remember my grandma's house like at Christmas, right before all the family would come. She'd be cleaning in a frenzy with all the pine saw. I just think it smells clean and good to me. Oh, and when I was like 18 or 19, my first husband was a Marine, and we lived in North Carolina. And I got a job at a bar there because you can serve, it was just a beer bar. They didn't have hard liquor. And you only had to be 18 to serve that.
Right.
And we cleaned everything in that bar with pine saw. And I really liked working there. So I have like memories of that too, you know. This little bat is so cute. I want to keep him. Can I keep him? No, you cannot keep him because you have too many plush already.
Hey Star, you should reach out to Megan and see if she wants to list with you, since she's when is Megan gonna start her YouTube channel? Is what I want to know.
Right?
She's done Wade's show. She's been on Casey's show. She's made plenty of appearances. She should have capitalized on that a long time ago.
She's been on my show.
Yeah, she has. She's been on your show. I know she did Wade's show. You're too Megan. If you're too look, dude, I get on here every morning and I'm not even showered. My hair looks crazy when I go live.
Dude, it's different for girls.
Yeah.
She's not too shy. You've been on the Rockstar Flippers channel. He has like how many subs now? A lot.
Megan says it is different for girls. All right.
Yep. There's one day a week. One day that I, every week don't wear makeup.
What day is that?
That is why you guys never see me on the What Sold videos.
Oh, Mondays?
Yep. I don't get in front of the camera on Monday. Like sometimes on days where I don't put up a video, I still record 1 or 2, put them up later, but Mondays are my day. I don't even I get out of the shower and literally don't even really do anything with my hair. I just let it dry. And I don't wear makeup and I look like crap.
Megan, you don't think I spend a lot of time on this head of hair? That's offensive. This head of hair does not just happen. This is molded and shaped and formed. No, honestly, this is what I do. I'm good to go, whatever.
So we've been on for about 40 minutes.
And there's 40 people watching.
And I have done, this is my 4th stuffed animal.
I've gotten 3 whole listings done from start to finish.
Yeah, I'm not good at this yet. Yeah, normally in 40 minutes, I would be closing in on 20, 30 sometimes even, if they don't need a lot of prep.
33, 22.
Oh my goodness, this ball wants to roll. I'm doing a Pokemon ball.
Is it a plush?
Yes.
Nice.
It's a plushy Pokemon ball. And it's the Tomy, which is a good brand, you guys. If you ever see Tomy Pikachu.
legit Pokemon toy makers.
Yeah. It's so cute, but I'm like trying to like just get a picture of it with the measuring tape, and it keeps rolling. Yeah, they Tommy is good. That's a good brand. Don't English. Isn't Tommy the ones that made the Are they Tamagotchis? The little animals?
I would have to Google it. Hold on. Let me see.
You know what I'm talking about, right? The Tamagotchi animals from like the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, like the little like things you put in your keychain. That was shot real hot about a year ago, and then kind of died out again.
We found one new in package at a yard sale once for $1. We sold that thing for like $70.
Tommy, I'm looking at what they make products. Here we go.
Winnie the Pooh, he is white too. Makes him worth more money when he's white.
I don't think they had their hand in those, but they did do something similar. They do a lot of stuff based off of anime and also Thomas the Tank Engine.
What?
And then they cover the My Little Pony stuff over in Japan, but not in the States.
I have that one. Are you talking about the Pokemon ball or the Pooh?
No, all the American Pokemon toys are made by Tomy, but like they also their other major thing so they make a large selection of Disney, Pokemon, and Thomas the Tank Engine merchandise. And then they have the exclusive rights to certain toy brands that are with different holders in the States for the Japan market only.
Well, geez, you learn something new every day, Pooh.
Man.
I spot clean plush. They I steam clean them. I guess you could say it's steam cleaning. When I first bring them home from the Goodwill, I take our steamer and I steam each and every one. Allegedly that gets rid of germs and any possible bugs or anything. So they get steamed. And then when I go to list them, I spot clean them unless they need to be washed. I mean, some of them you can't just spot clean. And Holly beat me to it. Thank you, Holly. I do have an entire video on exactly how I clean and what I use and why I make my decisions when I make them. Winnie the Pooh and Tigger too. If you guys find these white ones ever, these have been in my freaking death pile since since freaking June. I just totally slipped there. Did you hear that? No one heard that.
I didn't hear it.
Good. I'm just kind of mad at myself because I remember getting these in that huge lot from that one guy, the one where I got all the Disney and the Boyd Bears and the Hard Rock Cafe Bears.
Mm-hmm. Is that where you got the big snake from that you got like $60 for?
No.
Gotcha.
I don't even remember where I got them. I really don't.
How's your gremlin doing? Does it have a lot of washers yet?
I don't think so. He's on Macari too.
Good.
But I'm so mad that these are just sitting in my death pile because these white ones are like, well, first of all, they're wintery, so they would probably sell right now. And second of all, they're worth more money when they're white because they're like limited or rare, you know?
Yep.
Winnie the Pooh. He's kind of like not cute. He's got a squished face and his eyes like are covered in hair, so he like has no eyes. Looks like a mole. That's okay, Pooh Bear. You're still white and worth money. You know what? He is filthy. And I can't see. I don't know if you can see, but his hat is stained. And normally I would just spray all his stains down with Awesome, toss them in the wash, let them soak. You know, let them sit with the Awesome on them for a couple days and run them through the washing machine and never, ever, ever through the dryer. But he's got a tag, and I don't have a tag reattacher. Maybe that's why he's in the death pile. I'm thinking that's probably why he's in the death pile. I'm thinking I've seen that before. Those tag reattachers, you get those at hobby stores, right? If anyone knows. I think Sydney told me Hobby Lobby, but we don't have those around here. Look. He has a spot on his arm. Oh my chingness. He has the Justin /star/ Megan way of thinking. I'm just going to list really effing high with best offer and hope.
That's what I do, man. And you know it works. And you know right now I'm not running any sales at all. And people are just buying my crap outright. And you know, Star, I price all my stuff like way too high. And it's just, it's selling at that price. It's fine with me. Whatever.
Did I tell you the story behind selling the Robert Graham?
No.
I hope this guy isn't a problem. So he sent a best offer of 85 and it was up for 160. We actually knew 150 was going to be her lowest because it's only been in the store for a week. There were like 3 Robert Graham's new with tags in total on eBay. None like ours. But in the past, ones exactly like ours sold for more than that or about that, right?
Right.
So he said 85 and I went back with 150. He came up to 95 and I said 150 is my lowest, our lowest. I said our lowest. And then he kept going up, but telling us it was his final. Like he sent an offer of 100 and he's like, this is my final offer. If you don't want it, I'm not going to buy it.
Oh.
We were like, okay, but 150 is our lowest. So then it was 110 is his final.
He's going to try to get a partial. He's going to try to. I don't be surprised, Star, if he's like, oh, this isn't authentic. You know, he tries that crap on you.
Well, he's going to return it for a full refund or he's not getting shit.
Yeah.
Excuse my mouth, but that's how I feel about it. Yeah, he eked his way up to 120 as his final. And he only had one offer left. And we kept going back with 150. And so then he started messaging us because he left the 150 open because he didn't have any more offers left or whatever. And he's like, hey, let's just do 130 or I'm walking. And so Keith was like, listen, you're going to have to walk. We've been telling you over and over, 150 is our lowest. That's over 50% off of the retail cost. And then he bought it for 150. So, yeah, we're fully expecting at least a partial. And I don't know if you saw the video on Instagram with me packaging it up. But we
no, I need that. I need to check that. I'm sure some of your subscribers that did though.
Yeah, it's like a minute long. It's an Instagram photo, or video, but it's me packaging it up and putting it in the box. So if he tries to say that it, not that eBay will ever let you use your videos as any kind of evidence, but if we end up having to file one of those IC whatever claims,
IC3, yeah,
they will let you submit your video as evidence. It's a $150 shirt. Oh my chingness. And actually, if you buy them in the store, they're like $300 and some dollars. The one we had specifically, it was very loud, very brightly colored. The style was called Vague Need. Some of them are only like $200 now, but yeah, we fully expect him to try. We don't think he's going to try to return it because he obviously wanted it. He kept coming back and telling us it was his final offer and then coming back with more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just hope because like I think I sent it to you, Star, on Facebook, but I had the that used Robert Graham shirt that I just sold recently for 50, and I had a guy send me an offer for 40, and he was like, "Is it real?" I was like, "Dude, I wouldn't be selling something fake." I just like blocked him. Like if someone is already questioning the authenticity of one of my items before they buy it, you know what I'm saying? Like that's a red flag to me because that means he's gonna get it. He's like, "Oh, it's fake," and he's gonna try to keep it for free.
Yeah.
So I blocked that dude outright because, like, I think when I sent it to you, you sent me a GIF and it said like "red alert, red alert."
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I don't think this guy's ever going to try to return it because he clearly really, really wanted it.
Yeah.
But he may try for a partial, and we'll just hold our guns on that like we always do.
Yeah.
You will return it for a full refund or you get nothing.
Right. Here. And it has to have it. And if it doesn't have the tags on it, you're not getting your full money back because we do free returns. So.
Yes, we already decided if it comes back without tags, he's only getting $50 back.
Yep.
He can cry in a river about his $100 because you're going to knock it down in value from 150 to like 50 without tags.
Tommy Tufts is all about going after my background, man. Look.
What is wrong with your background? It looks just like mine.
Oh, because it's a wrinkly cloth photo backdrop. He was getting on me about it, or she. I don't know if it's a he or she, but they were getting on me about it this morning too, man. Look.
Oh, mine's paper.
The day my stuff stops selling is like I told you though, Tommy. I am gonna paint the wall. I'm just waiting for after we get through the Christmas craziness.
You should do the same setup as us.
Well, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do a high gloss paint against that back wall where then it will also save me some rent.
What?
Oh, man. Tommy's funny, man. I'm not going to read that on Star's channel, but that's funny. Yeah, that is correct, Holly. You can only get a 50% off. But Star, you sold that shirt for $100, right? Best offer? Okay, so the lowest you could give that guy back is 75.
Well, then that's what he's getting back.
Okay, yeah.
I don't see him returning it though. He wanted it so bad that when he was out of offers, he started messaging. And every offer and every message, he would come up $10 and be like, "This is all I can afford. This is my final offer." But he kept coming up, and then he bought it for the $150. He clearly, really, really wanted that shirt. So I don't think he's going to return it. I think he'll try for a partial. In which case, it is even in eBay's policy written somewhere: no return, no money. And if he tries to go through PayPal, I'll escalate that shit and be like, "Look, he didn't return the product. Why would I give him money back?"
Right. No, I agree.
Or he was just a cheap person who was just trying to see if he kept at it, if we would come down, if we would hold our ground.
Yeah, that could be it too. He could have just been, someone that just was a pushing initiator. And I mean, there's no.
He could have just been a cheap person. Because clearly he kept saying it's my final and he would come up more. So maybe he just thought he would whittle us down from 150 and we would finally give in and come down some or something.
Right.
I mean, he may be someone that could have afforded that from the beginning and just wanted to see how cheap he could get it. Poor Pink Panther, damage to his eyeballs.
All right, that's done. How have your sales been so far today, Star?
I have 2 sales today.
Yeah, I'm at.
So they're poop. They are absolutely poop.
Thursdays are usually pretty weak days for me. Yesterday was kind of meh, though. I'm at 110 so far today, and yesterday I only did 145. So I'm thinking today will be better than yesterday since only one, but we'll see. On what day was it? On Tuesday, Star, I didn't have a single sale until 8 o'clock at night and ended up doing almost $200. I thought it was going to be a goose egg day.
I think Tuesday was the day we sold to Robert Graham, right?
No, because I was out because I didn't get out of the house Tuesday. You sold it on Wednesday. No, it was Tuesday because I had to get an Uber to the storage unit. Yeah, it was Tuesday.
Yeah. Because you were all snowed in and getting an Uber, and I was like, what did I say in messages? I feel bad for you and all, but could you congratulate me on my sale?
Yeah. Could you pry yourself away from your 2,000 subs to congratulate me? And then I think you used some choice words.
I never use choice words. Yeah, Tuesdays typically are slow day. Usually Tuesday's a day where we'll only have a couple. Today, well, you know, we ship weird. We ship at 3 or 2:33.
Right.
Because I have to wait for Keith to get home because I can't get the bends down and do all that stuff with my back.
Right.
Like you can see, I sit the whole time I list or the whole time I take photos. I'm in my chair.
Right.
We have this room set up for me. So yeah, I have to wait for him to get home. I make a list, you know, of what we're going to pull for him. And then we go upstairs together and he pulls all the bins down and then I can go through them. But I lost my train of thought. Sorry.
So you wait for him. He pulls the bins down for you.
Yeah. So we ship when he gets home from work because I have to wait for him. So these 2 sales have been since, 2 o'clock yesterday.
All right, check this out, Scar. I know you're probably not looking at the thing yet, but look. This is the way I'm going to start doing my storage unit videos.
Let me see again. You have to talk.
Talk. Words. I got it in the mail today. I got off. It's just a hat mount.
You look like a miner. Like, you remember those miners?
Yeah, it's a hat mount for the GoPro 7. So I'm going to start, when I go to the storage unit, I can just start putting it on my head, and hopefully my head will kind of work as like a natural gimbal. So we'll see how that works out. I'll probably record with it tomorrow when I go.
Whoa, you took the buyer ton. Yeah, we sure did. We stuck to our guns. 150 was the lowest we were going to go on that shirt. But what's really funny, I actually was going to block him because he was just driving me bonkers. And I really started to think if he actually bought it that he'd be nothing but trouble.
Yeah.
But I didn't want to just go and block him because okay, here's the thing. I'm going to tell you guys a little backstory. I'm not working. That's fine. Keith thinks I'm a little too quick on the gun as far as blocking folks. I probably am. People piss me off and I block them. But I mean, they don't. I don't have any emotions when it comes to business. Practice what I preach. But no, I do. Like, if someone, like, I feel like is going to be a problem, or someone has been in a problem, in the past, I block them. Period. Because on you, right? But because Keith thinks that I block people too quickly and I'm too quick on the gun with that. I keep getting messages coming across my screen. I'm sorry. I wanted to think about it. Okay. So I did a couple of things, tasks, jobs, work, whatever, and kind of took my time and calmed down a little bit and thought about it. And then I was like, okay, no, I realistically probably should block this guy because if he buys it, he's going to try to get a partial. Something's going to happen. I just don't feel good about it. So I came back in here and I sat down in my chair and I got in front of my computer and I was pulling up eBay to block it. And guess what happened? Cha-ching! He bought it and paid for it. So if I would have been quicker, I would have blocked him. But like I said, he could have just been someone trying to see how far he could push us.
Yeah. I think you'll be fine, man. It's just, look, I sold a vintage, I think I told you about this Star. It was a while back. I've already resold the shirt and the person kept it, thank God. But I sold a vintage, it was a Kensington LTD Disney crossover shirt that I picked up at a Goodwill, and it sold for about $85 shipped. And they were like, oh, I need this sent priority for, can you do that for me? Because we need it for a production we're doing. And it was sent over to somewhere in New York, probably like an off-Broadway type thing. Well, sure as hell, a week later, I get a return for it. Keep in mind, I upgraded the shipping for them for like, they paid for regular shipping. I went ahead and upgraded it to priority. Just, it was a, decent sale. and they returned it. And I was like, and I messaged them, like, if this doesn't come back in the exact condition, because obviously they rented it, right? Like that was like the only time I've ever had an item get rented. But luckily, when I relisted it, I don't know if y'all do this or you do this, Star, but when I get a clothing return, I up the price to cover whatever I lost on the previous sale for shipping. So when I relisted it, I listed it for $95 and it plus shipping, so I ended up getting right under $100 for it.
Cool.
But
yeah, a production company would do that. I can see like people doing it.
I think it was probably okay. I mean, a lot of like off-Broadway type stuff is not production companies. It's a bunch of art students who are eating ramen noodles and living off a trust fund. So,
Yeah, in New York City, all the wannabe actors, they're all like Joey on Friends, right?
Right, exactly. Well, no, because he at least had TV roles. Some of these people, man, they think because they did a semester at NYU that they they know what they're doing.
Yeah, I guess if they weren't like a big production house or whatever.
Right. No, it wasn't. It was just some crappy office. Because I Google image search when I think I'm going to have a hard time where it's going. And it was some crappy office building in the middle of the city.
We sold a camera to a photographer in New York City. It was like one of our biggest sales last summer when we first started going to yard sales. This was in 2017, back when I still didn't have anything to do with anything.
Right.
But I would go to yard sales with Keith,
Yeah, just like my wife goes with me. She's not really part of the business.
Well, yeah, even when I really didn't, I always thought my back would get better and I would go back to my job. But I'm a girl. And if you tell me I'm going to hand you some money and you get to go thrifting for stuff for me.
Yeah.
Not for me, for him, he said,
right.
What girl wouldn't? You're giving me piles of money and telling me I get to go shopping. Whether I get to keep the shit or not, the stuff or not. Boy, I'm really bad today.
Dude, that's what happens when he's working hangouts. It's all good. You.
But whether I get to keep it or not, I want to go shopping. So yeah, I used to always go with him. And there was this old couple. They were so cute. They were like 90. And they had all these really old Polaroid cameras and these newspapers from when like Kennedy was shot and when we landed on the moon and everything. And they had all these stories. Oh my God, they were cute. They were in little rocking chairs out in their driveway. It was a community yard sale. Anyway, they sold Keith like a pile of Polaroids, like 3 of them, for like $50 for all 3. And the one sold for like $350 or $400. And it went to a photographer in New York City, and like a professional like photographer, like it went to his business or whatever. I don't even know why I told that story. Look at this dragon's tongue. I have too much fun with my plushies.
I was about to make a joke, and I'm not going to make that joke. Never mind. I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
Megan, for a long time, I worked in recreational therapy, like in nursing homes. I specialized in Alzheimer's and dementia. And then when I got tired of having my heart broken every time someone passed away, I switched gears and started working with adults with mental and physical disabilities because they were like younger. I always worked with adults. And at first I just worked in like the day programs with them, which is like just like recreational therapy. We did fun stuff with them and field trips. But then I got into direct care and started working in the houses and like actually doing like hands-on bathing, showering, changing, stuff like that. I liked it. I liked it. I love taking care of people. I'm looking at my phone. Oh, I got a counter offer on Posh Mug. I don't understand people on Poshmark. I really don't.
Can I tell you, Star, that enough of you guys, between you, Andy, and my friend Lauren, and Mike over here in the chat, all of you guys have convinced me. Starting in January, I am going to start cross posting to Posh.
Yeah, Poshmark is great. But see, the thing is like, okay, I offered her 10% off with a $1.50 shipping discount. So the total for these White House Black Market skinny jeans for her, including shipping, would have been $27. She countered me with just 20 with no shipping discount. So now the shipping $6. So her counter is for $26 basically. I don't know, but people pay attention to the shipping on Posh. I really don't, because she thinks I'm offering her 22, so she's offering 20. She thinks she's getting $2 more off.
Right.
But she just lost the shipping discount. But you know what I love about Posh? Their technology is so 2018 and not 1983 like eBay. I'm going to push accept this offer.
98. Give them some credit.
I push accept this offer and it's done. They've paid. Now I won't get the money until they get the item. I don't give them no credit.
Hey Jamie, our good buddy Jamie's in the chat, Star.
Oh, hi Jamie. Yep, so that sold. So now I'm up to 3 sales, and I made more on those on Posh than I would have on eBay. So that's cool. Megan says I have a big heart. I just like helping. I guess my mom was a nurse. My dad was the head of radiology. I just always wanted to be in the healthcare field in some sense.
Yeah, my wife did that for a while. She worked in a hospital, Star. She wasn't like doing what you did, but she heard like all the horror stories. She was a patient advocate, and she had the same experience where it got to a point it was just too emotionally taxing for her. She had to get out of that industry.
Yeah, and well, when I switched gears and went into I actually took a break once too. There's this thing called caretaker burnout. A lot of people get it. And I took a break, and for 4 years I was a freelance writer and social media marketing manager, freelance from home, and I did pretty good with that. I made a good bit of money, but after 4 years of that, I was just like, oh man, I need to go take care of people again. I miss it. And that, I think I said on my live show, but Megan wasn't there. That, Megan, is why I started a YouTube channel, because by teaching and answering questions and helping people, I at least kind of feel like I'm doing something similar, like I'm helping people in some sense. But it's a little different because the people I always helped them do things they couldn't do for themselves. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Boom, boom.
What?
What happened?
I just got a text from my boys, Dave and Bill, and I don't understand it. I think they do talk to text or something, and sometimes I get shit from them, and I'm like, what did you just say to me?
Yeah, they started following me on Instagram this morning.
Oh my God, I absolutely am enamored of those two. Everyone that's ever met them, like, you know, at eBay Open in real life, is in love with them.
Yeah, I've been friends with them on Facebook for quite some time, but I guess they figured out what my Instagram was. So
yeah, everyone just loves them. They're just great. They're fun. When they came up here to visit, like, you guys only saw the highlights on the video I did. We were dying like half the day laughing, you know?
right.
Well, actually, they were here 2 days. They got here Saturday. We took them out for dinner, and then we went retail arbitraging, which was one big fat fail.
Oh, hold on, Star. You gotta read your chat, man. Reseller man is he's doing like one of those what is it called on Craigslist, the misconnections. Yeah, sorry, reseller man, but Megan is definitely a scooped up woman with 2 kids or 3 kids. How many kids does Megan have? I can't keep track.
Megan has 8 kids, right? No, I'm kidding. She has 2.
She has 2?
She has a baby.
Yeah, it just popped out like 3 or 4 months ago.
It popped out. That's not quite how it works, but
well, I mean, it's got squeezed. However, it came out 3 or 4 months ago. It came out of her body. Oh, Megan's hubby is cracking down on some soldiers that like to do drugs on the weekends.
She says, I have 2 kids. I thought you had 8. That's my winky face. For most of my life, I could never wink because I'm such a dork. I would like try and both eyes would close.
Reseller man says, I know all about Megan RVA. All right, man. I'm going to back off. Reseller man's cool. He's been apparently he just started talking in my chat today, but he's been watching for quite some time. So
yeah, there's like a lot of new faces here that probably follow Justin over.
We got Chris from Liquidation OH. How's it going, buddy? I hope work's going well for you today.
So those of you that have followed Justin over here, if you would do me a favor, you could subscribe to my channel. I have hippos and hamsters to feed people. Come on. It feels like 8. Yeah, no one's subscribing. No one likes me, Justin.
I'll sub to you, man. I have you as one of my recommended channels. Like oh, Chris is off until the end of the year. Nice, man. I hope you're crushing some listings. I'm assuming you're back in town from Utah, right? And also, Chris, if you don't mind my asking, and I can say this because I'm from a Mormon background. Well, not really. I was raised Baptist, but my biological father was a Mormon, and he acted like one. But Chris, did you go and take multiple wives in Utah, or were y'all just visiting?
Hey, that's one of my favorite shows, reality shows to watch.
Dude, it's smart. Think about it. You have all those incomes combined, right? Like, dude, I feel like it's smart. Like, you have all those incomes combined, you know. Oh, no, okay, I don't think he went and got any sister wives.
I think, like, the sister wives idea is cool if you're a person that can handle being in a polyamorous relationship.
Now, the only thing I don't agree with is, like, what they'll do, and well, I don't agree with it, really. I don't really care. Look, I'm a like, I know you don't get on politics on your channel, Star, but you know me. I'm like a hardcore libertarian. As long as what you're doing doesn't impact me or my property, I really don't care. You know what I'm saying? So I don't have a problem with it in that regard. It's not for me. But the thing I disagree with is a lot of times they'll groom like underage girls to kind of get into that lifestyle once they reach of age. You know what I mean? I feel like that's kind of
actually a misconception.
Is it? Okay, well, as long as they're not doing that, shit, I say let them do what they want to do.
That's like a really big misconception. There are some that do that, but that's like the extremists. Like, you know, the Westboro Baptists, not all Baptists are like that.
Yeah, I know. I grew up Baptist. Yeah.
It's like the extremist, like cult type that, like, you know, sequester themselves from the rest of the world and have 23 kids and then all of that.
Yeah, see, Megan gets it. Sister wives would be fantastic. They can cook, clean, watch the kids, and husband and I can just do my business and live life. Exactly, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, we, as a country, look. All right, I'm gonna announce my campaign starting in 2042. I don't even know that's gonna be a campaign year, but it's gonna be, if you want to be in polygamy, whatever it's called. If you want to be a polygamist, go for it. Whatever. You know, I don't care. Just pay taxes. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I never understood why that was against the law. As long as everybody involved is an adult and consents, you know, not like these people who go off and have secret families and wives in every state or whatever. But I mean, Megan hit the nail on the head. Like, you could have one wife that stays home and takes care of the kids, one wife that works outside of the house and makes money, and like, you can make it work for everybody's personality. And also, this is going to sound terrible, but also, so some nights of the week he goes away and you get alone time.
Yeah, I mean, look, I don't think, like me and my wife, we wouldn't be about it, I don't think. And I'm sure plenty of people wouldn't. But hey, my thing is, if that's your thing, dude, like you do you. You know, it's your property. You have the right to, you know, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, right? The government or church or whatever should not get involved in that as long as it doesn't impact them or their property. That's my thoughts on it.
Well, then pick women that don't nag, Tommy. I don't nag.
It's much less fun with 3 women nagging at you.
I don't nag. Keith and I literally are. We're not.
Tommy says go with one wife and the rest side pieces. Oh boy.
What's the word I'm looking for? I'm having total brain fart. Whatever. We're not overly affectionate or touchy-feely people. And I think Justin and I have had this conversation before. Like, Keith is perfect for me because we know to just leave each other alone most of the time. And that's what we want. We want a partner in life and someone to love and be around when we want it, but not when we don't want it. Which is
also they can take a freaking hint when you don't want to be bothered.
Yeah, like on Friday nights, we go out to dinner together every Friday. That's our date. We talk at dinner and we enjoy each other's company. But when we get home, he goes and plays World of Warcraft or whatever he wants to do, and I go in the room by myself and watch horror movies because he doesn't like horror movies. And I like that because some people would try to watch them with me even if they didn't like them, and then that could cause contention later, right? Like, why do we always watch the movies you want to watch?
Yeah, you get stuck having to watch crap you don't want to watch that you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Turns into that game.
So, I mean,
is this because I suck at sports team, guys, and I'm going to Google it if no one knows. So, I mean, you don't have to tell me, but is this a sports team or is this some local crap that I picked up? It's a Nike Dry Fit Double XL. But is that like a college team or is that just some local crap?
That is a college team. Shoot. I sold a women's hoodie, new it tags The Herd. I can't remember where it's from though.
Okay, I'll just Google it. I just need it because like we have
because mine was new at tags. It actually said it was like college brand and it.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
West
I just
Virginia,
need to know.
Thank you. It's West Virginia.
Sometimes
it's the Marshall Thundering Herd out of West Virginia. Yeah.
I knew Chris would know. Chris is a sports guy. I'll tell you this story. I don't know if you ever checked out Chris's channel, Liquidation OH, but he does a lot of the same stuff we kind of do. He does a lot of men's clothing and he does a lot of like wholesale bodies, kind of like what Lance does. It's in our chat, you know, one of our buddies we talked to. But yeah, he's really smart when it comes to the sports stuff. Like, cause I'm Star. I think you're like me. You're not a big sports person.
Water sports.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
I'm a nerd. Like, I like to play video games too. And sometimes I don't like to play as much as Keith does though. Like, he plays on Friday night by himself. And then Sunday night, he has a standing date night with Casey. And him and Casey play World of Warcraft together. And a lot of times I'll join them. Or I used to, but now I do my live show on Sunday, so I don't. And if I do want to play, I do it on a Friday night or whatever, but then I'm giving up my horror movies. So I don't know. I like to read a lot. I like comic book movies and reading comic books, and I'm just a nerd. I don't know, but the thing is I know some about sports.
Tommy Tuft asked a good question, so I want to answer it. I think he's probably just trying to give me a hard time. But to answer your question, Tommy, about the suffocation liability, no, because I buy all my bags with a suffocation warning on them, which is a requirement of Amazon FBA. If you guys don't sell on Amazon FBA, you have to send most of your products in poly bags, and they do have to have the suffocation warning. So I use the same poly bags for my clothing. You see there, it's got the suffocation warning in all languages going down the bag.
Do you know what I don't like about that? This is probably an unpopular opinion.
Go ahead. I'm listening.
I'm trying to think how to word this so I don't. If you're a parent and you need a warning on a bag to know not to stick your kid's head in the flipping bag.
I said, yeah, I agree. I just don't want to get sued. I got an offer.
It just makes me so mad. But then you think, oh, well, there's people who don't even remember to take their kids out of the car. So I guess some people need that warning.
Yeah.
Look, what I've been doing when I'm sitting here. Where's my camera? I bumped the. Give me a second, guys. I don't know what I did. I'm gonna unplug and replug. Isn't that what you're supposed to do? No. I'm having technical difficulties.
Oh, you're fine, man. I'm just trying to see if I'm gonna take this offer. I think I will. At 15, I'll take it. I think, but I got $9 shipping, and I'll probably. It's going to New York, so it'll be cheap to ship. Okay, whatever. Get it out. I'm done. I'm done with this. I've already made my money back.
Am I back? I'm back.
Yeah, it's Liquidation OH, Chris. It was just a Nike dry fit.
So anyway, what I was trying to say before I knocked my camera out like a dork, the reason I've been sitting here for so long and not taking any more photos is because this guy has a lot of fuzz on him. He must have went through the wash. But it is Pikachu. He's so cute. I love Pikachu. He's like a mouse. But he's a pillow pet. So isn't he cute?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my god, I love Pikachu. I think he's
like it because you love your rats, as Lance calls them. Look, I'm gonna make Star mad. She has these pet. If you guys don't know, Star has a bunch of pet hamsters.
A bunch. I only have 2.
That's a bunch to me. But there's a buddy of ours, a mutual friend that we have that is constantly telling her that she owns these rats, and she does not like that very much.
Jamie calls them rats too.
Yeah, he calls my cats. What does he call my cats? Chinese food or something?
Speed bumps.
Yeah, speed bumps. He calls my cats speed bumps, so that's fine.
Oh, my hamsters are cute. I like rodents. Anyway, Pikachu is a mouse. You know what other Pokemon I like? Can you guess?
Squirtle, because the name's funny.
I do like Squirtle, but no, I like Meryl, the mouse that looks like a big old.
Oh yeah, I don't know, because he wasn't one of the original OGs. Like he was like.
No, he's not an OG, but he is like this big round mouse ball with little legs. It's so cute.
Yeah. I'm surprised you don't like the Rattata or whatever it's called. Since you have such an affection for rats.
Hey, rats are awesome pets. It's a compliment. That's funny. I used to have pet rats as well.
You know what else rats are good for? Feeding them to your snake.
No. My rats were leash trained and freaking litter box trained. They are very smart.
Really? I mean, yeah. The lab tested. They're that smart. I'm joking, Star. I say silly stuff when I'm working.
Well,
I'm a jokester. You know that about me.
Yeah, Pikachu's a mouse.
Yeah, he's a lightning mouse, Chris. Come on, man. You and I are close to the same age. I'm sure you played Red and Blue back in the day.
Holly had a pet rat. I'm not surprised. At one point, I had 12 rats. That's why when you said I have a lot of hamsters, I'm like, no. But see, hamsters are solitary, and they will fight to the death. You cannot put them in together.
I also learned the hard way when I was a kid. The male will eat the babies if they get near it.
Yes. But rats are actually pack animals. And if you leave them alone, they get depressed. And I had a rat commit suicide. He was like this big. They were giving him away at a pet store because no one ever bought him. He was a feeder rat, and no one ever bought him. But he was really big and dark. He looked like a New York City sewer rat, so no one wanted him, right?
That's pretty cool.
They're giving him away for free, and I named him Nicodemus. And if you get where Nicodemus is from, 1,000 cool points to you.
Isn't that a Bible name?
It's from
Nicodemus. Wasn't he the one that
the rat in that movie with the rat and all the mice? What the hell's the name of the movie?
Yeah, I'm telling you, Nicodemus is a biblical name.
It's from a movie. He's a rat.
Looking it up. He's also a DJ. He's a DJ.
I wanted to say The Dark Crystal, and that's not the movie.
Hold on, I'm looking it up. Nicodemus. Was he a rat? I'm going to type in. Okay, here we go. He was from the land of Nymph. The Secret of Nymph.
The Secret of Nymph, yes.
Yeah.
So anyway, the rat that I had, he had to live alone. Because here's the bad thing about rats, right?
Sorry, I was also right.
They have to live in a pack to be happy. But if they're alone for too long of their lives, they get very territorial and will fight. So Nicodemus had to live alone, and he was so freaking depressed and so sad that he just literally stopped eating and died.
Star, we were both right, by the way, because I don't like admitting when I'm wrong. We were both right. It is also a biblical name.
But that's not why I named him Nicodemus.
Well, I didn't say that was why. That's unsubstantial. I was just saying that's where. So it was. We were both correct. Is the more important part of the story.
Well, actually, the important part of the story was telling why my rat committed suicide.
Was he sad?
Yeah.
He on some antidepressants, man.
He lived alone.
Oh.
But then later, a couple years later, I got these really giant ferret cages. They were taller than me. I'm only 5 foot tall. These ferret cages were like taller than me. They had all these layers and ladders and stuff, and I got 2 of them, and I kept 6 females in one and 6 males in the other, and I had all different kinds. I had the Dumbo-eared, I had the hairless ones, all different kinds, like, and they just all lived in there. They were all happy. They all had names from like Harry Potter, and Star Wars.
Nice. How did your rat commit suicide, Star?
He just stopped eating. He was so sad.
Went on a hunger strike. He pulled a
he did look like a horror movie rat, though. Like, he was giant, really dark brown. If you guys ever saw that movie Ben, where the rats ate people. But he was still a rat, and he was cute. Rats are really smart, though. So, like, all 12 of mine that I had were, they had a little litter box in the bottom of that ferret cage that they all pooped and peed in. Oh, and here's the thing. When rats die, the other rats will mourn.
They won't, or they will?
They mourn them. They mourn. M-O-U-R-N. Mourn. I spelled it because I know my accent sometimes throws people off. But they'll, like, bury them in the bedding in the bottom, and they'll just, like, sit around where it is. Like, when you go to find them dead, the rats that are left will all be, like, in a circle. It's really crazy. They, like, literally have, like, a little funeral and stuff, and they get sad.
Pro tip, guys, if you have a heat gun, I think sorry, I think my thing's going out if you're talking.
No, I wasn't. I was drinking.
Oh, okay. Oh, you know what I was getting confused of? I was looking at the video, which is on a slight delay, and I saw you talking, but I wasn't hearing anything. And I thought my sound went out. Sorry. I was just going to say, if you use a steamer and you get a little bit of water on your clothing, take your heat gun that you use for sealing and just hit it with the heat gun. Don't get too close, though.
Wait, what are you doing with it?
I'm just drying the with the heat gun. I'm drying the wet spot so I can get the photographing quicker.
With the heat gun?
Yeah, but don't get too close or it will burn a hole into the material.
I use a blow dryer.
Yeah, that works too. That works too. I mean, that's essentially what a heat gun is. Just
like what Holly said. Oh, a heat gun. That's how Justin gets his hair so fabulous.
True story, Holly. I will use the heat gun sometimes to dry my hair on the low setting. No, don't do it really close, Chris. That's how you start a fire.
I did. I almost started a fire once on a pair of jeans. I had to scrub a spot with the Awesome on them, and they were silver jeans or Miss Me jeans. They were True Religion. There was some brand that was like, I don't want this to have to wait to get listed. I want the photograph now.
Right.
And I was holding, like, on high the blow dryer right up against the jeans, like, dry. And then smoke started coming up, and Keith was like, "What are you doing, woman?"
Dude, I did that to our couches one time. We had company coming over it was Christmas Eve, like 4 years ago, and I was trying to get like there's a spot off the couch. It was microfiber, right? And I was scrubbing it, and it was wet. I was like, man, I want to get the wet spot off. So I had the bright idea to get a blow dryer, which is fine. But I did what Chris said to do, jokingly. I put it right on the wet spot. I burned a huge ass hole into the couch. My wife almost cut my balls off, man. I'm not even joking. Like, honestly, I thought I was going to wake up and be a eunuch.
That's so funny. Well, we have a smoke detector, like, in every room here. And the one in this room, in the eBay room, Keith took it down because every time I would vape, it would go off. It was so sensitive.
Really?
Yeah, if I was anywhere in the proximity of the smoke alarm and blew my vape out, it would go off.
Wow, that's interesting. I don't think ours, like, I'll have to try it with, we have one right outside of this room in the main hallway of the upstairs, and then we have one right by the kitchen.
Well, this one's really super sensitive. We're like 2 rooms away from the kitchen. Okay. And if I would preheat a skillet, you know, sometimes they'll smoke a little bit when you preheat them.
Right.
It would go off 2 rooms away. They're very sensitive. But yeah, it kept going off every time I would vape. So, but I mean, there's one in rooms aside from me, so I think we're okay. And out in the hallway here. I don't think I should have told you guys that we took it down. Isn't that like illegal or something?
No, I mean, you don't have to have one in every room of your home.
I think we do.
I don't.
We rent this half of the house, and they have an inspector that comes in and tells your landlord what you have to have.
Well, you just reinstalled it on the other side of the room, so it wouldn't be that sensitive, right? Right?
Yeah, I'll just make sure that it's back in inspection house.
Yeah, yeah, it's on the other side of the room, so.
Like anybody really wants it to keep going off, though. You know, I am not getting any flipping work done.
Dude, I've been getting some stuff done. I got some stuff steamed. I got some listings up. I mean, I obviously, I'll be honest with you. When I do these working hangouts, I obviously don't work as fast as I do when I'm not doing them, but it keeps me sane, because like otherwise I start talking to myself or cursing under my breath, and
yeah, you know, this will not keep me sane.
I've listed $100 worth of stuff so far.
I said I wasn't listing. I was just going to get photos.
Right.
But I have not gotten near what I would get. By now, I would be close to like.
You got 42 people literally watching us work and talking about burning holes in our couches and rats committing suicide.
Oh gosh, I know this isn't even educational. Like most of my videos, I'm like trying to teach people something.
But honestly, I feel like it is, and to some extent, because it shows the real process of what it's like. I mean, it's like, and that's what I always say, Star, when I'm doing these things. It's like, you know, it's real easy to get on here and show the wins we have as sales, or even the bad sales, right? Or like do a sold video, or, you know, talk about the hauls that we get. But like, I think what gets lost on YouTube a lot of the times is the actual work. And that's why I like these type of streams, because it shows people like that are maybe thinking about getting into reselling. Like, if this doesn't look fun to you, don't resell, because this is what you're going to be doing. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like the actual work is it sometimes gets lost in translation with all the content that's out there.
Yeah. Do you stream shows when you work?
I do music mostly. I listen to a lot of obscure punk music, and that's what I'll listen to when I work.
See, I usually watch TV, so I don't really feel lonely. I mean, I feel lonely, obviously. We're recluses, but I don't, if that makes sense.
I get what you're saying, because you have like you always have something going in the background.
I always have something going in the background, and you know, I listen. I may not always be watching, but I listen. And I've talked about this before on my channel. I have certain shows that I can watch while I work, and certain ones that I can't. Like, I need a drink of water. Hold on. Like Castle Rock, I can't watch that in work because I'm interested and I really want to watch it.
Right. Like, yeah.
So that's something I save for Friday night on my night off. But like SVU, The Office. Right now I'm currently addicted to Top Chef. Those are things you can run in the background and just listen to. It's like having a story, you know? Right. Excuse me. My throat is dry. I should probably go get a piece of gum. But yeah, I always like from the time I wake up, minus when I'm doing shipping with Keith, I have something going on my phone or my tablet, and I just carry it around the house. Like even when I'm in the shower, I have shows playing. We have a really big bathroom, and I just prop it up against the counter and play something I can listen to while I'm in the shower.
Hey, Marcy, how you doing?
Hi, Marcy. So yeah, I constantly have, and that's how I get through stuff. so fast. Like when people are like, what do you mean you got through 3 freaking seasons of Top Chef in one day? That means I was a productive day. Because the only time I don't have a show going, like I said, is when we're doing shipping, when we sit down for dinner, and when I'm reading at night right before bed. So if you hear that I watched a lot of TV, that actually means I was really productive, whether I was working or doing housework or whatever.
Right.
The more I watch, the more you know I was doing something else. Because the only time I don't watch TV is when I'm either shipping with Keith, eating dinner, or reading. Anyway, Pikachu has been photographed. He's going in the bag. Say bye, Pikachu.
White, off-white.
Bye, Pikachu. He's pretty big.
Yeah, the thing I like about these work at Hangout Star is that you it's kind of like, you know, if you like I used to work in the office setting, right? You know, before I had my own office, I was in the cube farm, as they call it, right? And you're always cutting up all day long with your coworkers, and that's kind of what I like about doing these live streams, because even if like someone's not where I can physically talk to them on camera or whatever, it still allows me to like talk to the chat, and it's kind of like, you know, joking around with coworkers in the office, and that's kind of what I equate it to.
Yeah, I didn't ever, especially towards the end of my career, when I started doing the hands-on direct care, I was a house coordinator, house manager, and you worked block shifts. So I would go in like on a Monday afternoon, and we had like our own room, like a little hotel room, and each staff member had their own sheet set and everything. So you would, you know, make the bed when you started your shift and then wash the sheets and put them in your drawer before you left. But you would go in, I would go in like on a Monday night and not leave till Wednesday night.
Oh, wow.
And you were there the whole time. You slept there. You ate all your meals there. You cleaned the house. You did the grocery shopping for the house. You took care of the girls. You drove them to the day program, to all their doctor's appointments. It was basically like having a second house with a second family. So there was a lot of time where I was alone, because we would get up, get the girls ready, and take them to their day program, and then come home, and then you would do like the shopping or the cleaning, but you were there by yourself.
Right. So you were used to working kind of in isolation even then.
Right. And they had a smart TV, so I used to just what's the word of cast? I would cast my phone to that.
Right.
And just stream and stuff. Or like if I was in the car, I would listen to music, because you spent a lot of time in the car too. Like you were constantly driving around and running errands and stuff. But like we put up the Christmas tree, we put on holiday dinners, we threw birthday parties. It was really like having a second family that you lived with for a little while every week.
Oh, that's cool. Listen to this, Star. Marcy Kennedy says that her and Lou, which I think is another YouTuber, they're having a virtual Christmas party next Thursday at 9 p.m. for like for the reseller coworkers.
Hey, I would love to go to that, except that's at the same time and day as Casey's show. And I have to go to Casey's show.
Oh, that's right. It is on Thursdays, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. You hear my lint roller? I'm going out on this minion.
Nike Dry Fit. What was the team again?
How long is it going to be, Marcy? Because I might be able to come in after Casey's show, because usually at 10 o'clock is when I go to the last party of the day on Poshmark and share my closet and share from Sydney's share group and blah, 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 blah. From 10 to midnight, I share Posh every day.
Holy
so I think it's, yeah, but it's not like the whole. Look, I only spend 2 hours a day on Posh, period. Maybe 2.5 if you count listing. But how many hours a day do you spend on eBay?
Me? Too many.
Yeah. But everyone's like, you spend straight from 10 to midnight sharing on Posh? Yeah. But that's it.
Yeah, it's only 2 hours. I guess it just sounds longer when you say 10 to midnight. You know what I mean?
Well, that's just because the last part of the day falls, unfortunately, at 10 o'clock Eastern time.
Gotcha.
But I'm a night owl anyway. And I watch, like I said, I watch my shows. It's not.
You share on the computer, right? Because it goes quicker.
Yes, I share on the computer. And it's not like it's hard to share. I watch TV and share. There are worse things you could be doing in life.
Yeah, right? like heroin.
Well, there's just a lot of worse jobs. I mean, I'm sitting in my comfortable chair watching whatever I want on Netflix or Hulu. I usually have either a rum and coke or I think I told you guys I'm into these blue raspberry vodkas and Sprite cranberries. I usually have like an adult beverage and watch TV and share. And watch TV. Yeah, I used to watch TV. So, you know, and then, I mean, it's probably a little more than 2 hours because I do list 5 things or cross-post 5 things first thing in the morning on Posh. It's kind of like how I wake it up for the morning, the same as like doing your unsolds on eBay. But I don't share. I just put 5 things up. I share those 5 things. And sometimes before dinner, I'll share the closet, but usually Keith will share it while I'm cooking. Exactly, Holly. I could just be watching TV and doing nothing. I could work a job where I can't sit in my own home in my pajamas with an alcoholic beverage watching TV while I work. This minion has things going on. It's got fuzzies and hair. He's going to take a while.
Marshall Thundering Herd. I don't know what the... Oh, almost slipped. I don't know what the heck that is. Marshall is going in the title.
Hey, Carol says she's trying to go full-time in 2019. Well, I hope that happens for you. That's our goal for Keith. We're trying to get this place. We're trying to get our business so it will support him as well. So he can stay home with me. I give up on this minion.
Jamie says that he demands sellers be drinking on YouTube. Stars drinking water. What time? Look, it's not even 2 o'clock yet, Jamie. Okay, if you drink on stream before 2 o'clock, like 2 o'clock is like where I feel like it's appropriate to crack open a beer and work.
Only on vacation.
No, I mean, I'll have a beer every now and then when I'm working. I mean, I won't go get like crunk or anything if that's what the kids are still saying. But you know, I'll have a drink. Just it helps clear the head.
I never ever drink when I'm live.
Really?
Oh, well, I would lose my filters. I would no.
I do it all the time.
Nope.
But the like you know, the only thing I really try to avoid on my channel is the hard words, if you know what I'm saying. That's for me though. Like everyone does their thing differently. I try not to be overly. I don't want to be overly offensive, if that makes sense, because I don't want to alienate my audience. But at the same time, like, you know, I don't know. I just am who I am, and I'm a pretty irreverent person.
Jamie says he only shares himself and gets a few sales. See, but I get a lot of sales and on Posh, and I'm actually doing an experiment right now. I used to just share myself mostly, except for like my friends or people I see that share me all the time or share me a lot. I would return the favor. But I'm doing an experiment right now because I think I said this on my live show, but I've been in Sydney's share group since the inception because it's part of being in her Posh VIP group. And I never participated. So I'm participating for 2 weeks, and I've been doing it for a week, and I've already seen an increase in sales. So it's kind of like, I probably want to keep doing this. It's 2 hours a day to double my sales. So we have like 15 minutes left because I said we were going to cut out at 2, right?
Oh yeah, I guess we do. Have we been on 2 hours?
Almost 15 minutes away. So I just give up because I cannot work and do this. This is not me. Although I think after trying this for the first time, doing the photos while trying to work was not happening because I wanted to keep turning around and facing the camera in the chat. And whenever I was taking photos, I was facing that way. I think I would be willing to try this one more time, but do it when I am measuring jeans, because I could push this to the corner of the table and see the chat and talk and measure at the same time. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So
I would be willing to try this one more time, but it would have to be like while I'm doing jeans or something. Because turning my back to the camera really bothered me.
Hey man, at least, you know what? At least you, I'll say this. You went out of your zone, right, to try something different, and that's commendable in and of itself. You know what I mean? It's kind of like when I turned on Best Offer. So, you know, it's always fun trying new things on YouTube, just because it kind of breaks the monotony, I guess. You know, I don't know. For me, honestly, Sar, you know my extent of technology, so I suck at video editing, so I'm much better at the live stuff, and that's just what I kind of cater toward. It's just the live stuff. I just can kind of get on there and just ramble. You know what I mean?
Yeah, when I do pre-recorded videos, I try to do them in one take.
Yeah.
I don't like editing either. I do them in one take, or I do chunks. Like when I do the cooking shows, or when I do the when I have you guys follow me around while I'm shopping. I just literally take all those videos, the different ones, and just put them together. I don't even really edit.
Yeah, that's kind of what I do too when I do pre-recorded. Is I just I try not to screw up too bad, and then I just mesh them together in iMovie. So
anyway, like I normally do at the end of my live shows, I want my phone. I hear lots of messages. When we get down to like the last 10 or so minutes, I always tell people, if you have any questions, if you want to ask anything of me or Justin, throw them up in the chat. We'll answer as many questions as we can. And I mean anything. If it's too personal, we just won't answer, right?
I'll answer it. I don't care.
Why is Jamie spamming the chat? Yo, troll.
He's a mod, man. He's a
mod and he's trolling.
I think it may have been an accident. He says spend 2 hours on Amazon, make 500 to 1K a day, though point phone at record list condition with template done in 2 seconds. Yes, but not everyone is ungated in those categories, good sir.
Yeah, and we're still building our Amazon. And this was on Jamie's advice. Jamie's the one that advised us. Before you sell big ticket or high dollar items or electronics on Amazon, you want to sell low dollar stuff, a lot of it, build your account up so you can absorb dings, basically. You have to be pretty big to absorb dings. So we are still working on that. We're selling like old video games and D&D books and stuff like that. How many listings? That snorted. Because we're still not even in 1900.
I had gotten up to 1700 and I'm back down to like 1550.
Dude, at this time last year, we were closing in on like 3,100 and getting ready to get an anchor store.
Yeah, I haven't been doing as much. I need to. Yeah.
We hover right around 1860, 1880. And then we'll have a week where we'll push really hard, which was supposed to be this week because tomorrow is most people's last payday before Christmas and people are going to be shopping. We were supposed to push really hard this week. We didn't. We had some stuff going on. Not an excuse, but stuff happens. Stuff happens. Sorry. But yeah, every time we hit like a big push and get just over 1,900, we'll start selling a lot more. And then we drop back down because we're selling more than we're listing, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. Megan says she's dropped quite a bit.
Oh, wow. NH guy, shipping plush bag or box, it depends on a lot of factors on how we ship and how we decide. I do have a video you can look up on my channel. The easiest way to find it is going to playlists into the tips and tricks for plush. And there's an entire video on how we ship our plush. The decision to ship it in a bag or a box is like, there's a lot that goes into that.
I would imagine it also depends on the value of the item too, right?
It depends on the value, what they paid. Does it have a hang tag? Can you bubble wrap it? I mean, there's a lot to it. That's why I always just refer people to that video. And Star, will you be my eBay girlfriend, says Thrifty Santa. I think my work wife might have something to say about that.
Who's your work wife, Holly?
Yeah, Holly's my work wife.
So what are me, Jamie, and Lance to you?
Friends. Co-workers.
Sister wives, we can't be sister wives too.
Sister wives.
That's all right. I started talking about incest yesterday by accident. We were talking about Game of Thrones and it somehow turned into an incest conversation.
Yeah, let's not do that on this channel.
Yeah, let's not. But
so if anyone is on Posh send offers to likers today, yes. Again, like I keep mentioning eBay. But tomorrow is the last payday for a lot of folks before Christmas. And I know I focused a lot on eBay and told everybody to get their listings up and stuff, but she's absolutely right. Or who said that? I have to go back up here. Marcy said that. She's absolutely right. People are getting paid tomorrow. They are last minute shopping for Christmas. And some people already have their Christmas money, like from out of town family that sends it in cards and stuff. So send out offers today. And actually, longtime viewers on my channel know that I send out offers on Posh every Thursday because people get paid tomorrow. So even though they get paid tomorrow, we send them out today. Sometimes they'll impulse buy when they get the offer. And when it's about to expire after 24 hours, they get a reminder tomorrow. So we do them kind of later, like right after dinner. So when it's evening time tomorrow, they get the reminder that it's about to end and they just got paid. Holly's telling Thrifty Santa, don't muscle in on my wife.
He says he wants to take a work husband, but no touching.
Well, Jamie, you can have Justin and Lance. You guys could be polyamorous.
Hey, a lot of Josh. How you doing, bud?
A lot of Josh. You guys could the three of you could be married.
I'm good.
You don't want a work husband?
I mean, I have coworkers. I don't need work wives or work husbands. I got my wife, and it's already a handful. She doesn't watch this stuff, so I can say whatever.
Keith watches mine.
I've tried to get her to watch my YouTube videos, and she's like, how narcissistic are you? And then she turns it off.
Oh, see, he watches on his lunch break at work.
Yeah, but you're also not putting out 6-hour videos a day.
Yeah, I'm not putting out 6-hour videos. Usually the tips and tricks ones are usually like 5 minutes, and then the other ones are like 20, 30 if it's a long haul video or something.
You're right. Yeah. No, I watch all your stuff for sure. I try to appeal to the people that just want to hear voices in the background. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I get it. We've discovered today that I don't multitask very well. I can multitask certain things, but taking photos and doing a live show is not one of them.
Hey, but the thing is that you tried it, right? And I always say don't knock something until you try it, and you tried it. So
I did, and I'm going to try it again with a different task. I really think that me having to turn my back to the camera and the chat was what kept me from being as productive as I could have been.
I get that.
Like if I had a stack of jeans here and this laptop pushed over here in the corner, I could have just been whipping out jeans and measuring and talking. Keith is getting a bonus, but I already got my big present from him. I think I told you guys he bought us. I mean, he sleeps in it too, but it was for me. He bought us a new bed. That's really good for my back. Although I still sleep in my recliner.
Still present, man. I think we're getting new kitchen counters. That's our couple present to one another. We have some guy coming next week to put in new countertops.
That's cool too, though.
Yeah, it's fine.
I mean, when you're an adult, sometimes those adult gifts are more fun.
Yeah.
I'm completely stoked to have a new bed. My back feels better. I'm sleeping better.
Awesome. Yeah, a new bed's great. And like, you know, you spend like a good portion of your life in there. So, you know.
Yeah. And we got new sheets and new pillows and new blankets, and they're so soft. So, any more questions, anybody?
Marcy's getting a Dymo for Christmas.
A diamond?
A Dymo, like a Dymo printer.
Oh, yeah. We actually were going to get, I guess I got a laptop too, but see, the bed Keith bought, the laptop came out of the business account, like from our capital. So I don't know that it counts as a Christmas present because it wasn't his money. It's business money. Does that make sense? We were going to get a Dymo XL. And did I tell you, Justin, when we looked around on Cyber Monday, like the best deal we found was like $20 off. And it was like, well, this isn't a Cyber Monday sale. This is poop.
What do they retail for typically? 200?
Yeah. And nobody was having a good sale on them. And Keith was like,
I told you how I got mine, right? Staples had accidentally marked them down to $99.99, and I bought it right before. And like a lot of people that ordered them, they ended up canceling the orders, but mine got shipped out.
That's cool. Yeah. So the sale, and they go on sale all the time for like 150, 175. We've seen it.
Yeah.
So he's like, I'm not buying one unless I can get that good of a deal. And so we found a laptop for me because I was on, I was using his old gaming laptop. It was like 8 years old. It was a Alienware.
Mm-hmm.
I was using that just to list on and stuff. We have 2 desktops in here too that he built, but I like portability. But the Alienware got to the point where it had to be plugged into work because the battery was so shot. We bought a new battery, we bought a new brick, and it just would burn. I don't know what was going on. No one cares about my laptops. I talk about boring stuff. I'm sorry. Woohoo! Tracy Thrift sold a Popeye Christmas t-shirt for $20.
Right at the buzzer.
Awesome!
Hey, Rosie's Closet. Good afternoon.
What is Josh talking about?
My only regret was that I didn't buy 10 more to resell. I think he's talking about the Dymos. Yeah, he got the Dymos when that pricing error happened as well.
Oh, awesome. Awesome. So, I have no plan or topic to make a video tomorrow. So, anybody have any suggestions or anything you want me to do a video on?
Do that video of how you list jeans so quickly that I've been requesting.
I have to have Keith home for that.
Got it.
Because remember, I sit down to do it, so I need someone.
They kind of film.
Yeah, I need aerial views and stuff.
Yeah.
He is filming me making my popcorn tomorrow.
Nice.
Finally. I keep telling you guys I'm going to show you how I make my movie theater popcorn. What are my 2019 goals? My biggest one is to get Keith home, let him fire his boss. That's my biggest goal, is to build. I mean, we are like this close to this place, supporting both of this place. I act like I'm in an office. We're really close to Keith being able to fire his boss and come home. Why are you typing your goal in instead of talking, Justin?
Oh, I don't know. My goal is already to get to an anchor store on eBay, expand the clothing part of the crap we do to Poshmark, and start building back up my FBA product. Because right now I only have like 15 SKUs over in the warehouse, and I need to get more stuff over there.
What are my favorite movies of 2018? All the Marvel movies.
I haven't really seen anything this year. I still haven't seen Halloween Star. I never made it out to see it.
Oh, that too. But you guys see my shirt. I'm a huge nerd. The Marvel movies were outstanding.
Did you watch the trailer I sent you, Star, the other day, like last week?
It's... What? I cried.
Oh, you cried? Okay.
A little. Come on, if you're caught up on the Marvel movies and you know what's going on and you're still sad about Stan Lee and Robert Downey Jr.'s favorite actor.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to make it out alive.
I don't think so either. Yeah. I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark.
He's toast. But yeah, guys, it's been fun. Real fast, I'll go ahead and say my closing piece and then let Star close out her show. Yeah, guys, if you're not subscribed to my channel, please check it out.
Aw, I got another text. Okay, I understand. I'm sorry, I just totally interrupted you, but I want to read this. Dave and Bill are watching me from work, so they can't comment on the video. So they texted me their goals. Would anybody like to hear Dave and Bill's goals?
Yeah.
Bill's goal is to be part-time at his actual outside of the job house within 2 years. And Dave to be full-time eBay in 6 months. And for the two of them and the two of us to all be living in Florida within 5 years.
Enjoy those freaking cockroaches the size of squirrels, man. You can have it. I
don't like the gold, and that's a conversation for another day. Go on with what you were saying.
Enjoy those cockroaches. And I know they call them palmetto bugs over there, but that's just a fancy word for cockroach.
That's Casey's bullshit for you.
Yeah. I called him out on it too, on that thread. But anyway, yeah, guys, check out my channel if you haven't. If you haven't, it's a fun channel. I do a lot of this type of stuff that Star did today on her channel. I do a lot of live working hangouts. So if you like having stuff in the background while you're listening, go for it. I also do a morning show every morning, and I do like what solds in the typical reseller YouTube pish posh. So check it out. I would appreciate it. If you're not subbed, please sub. And I will pass it over to my gracious host, Star Bryson.
Yep, I'm going to answer one more question. Jenny asks if you need to have 2 lights for photos. I would absolutely say yes. I would suggest that you have 2. If you want lights like the ones behind me, there's a link in the description box. You can click. It takes you right to Amazon, and you can purchase them. They're only like $60 for both. And if you do that, I get pennies. I have to disclose that it is an affiliate link. I get a couple pennies. So yes, you guys that are my subs, go over to Justin's channel, RVA Flips, follow him, sub. He's a great guy. He does a lot of these hangouts all day. If you followed Justin over here and you're new to me, I would appreciate if you guys would sub and come back and visit me again. Typically, my content runs the gamut more of educational, I guess. Would you say it's more educational, Justin?
Yeah, I would say it's also some fun stuff. I mean, you have the good what solds and whatnot.
Yeah, I do a lot of what sold videos, haul videos, show you guys what I'm sourcing. I do a lot of tutorials and how-tos on stuff. Typically, those come out after I'm asked. So I do take requests. If anybody ever wants to learn something or be shown a screen share or be taught how to do something that I do, all you have to do is ask, and I'll make a video on it. I do fun stuff too, but I try to stay really educational, I guess. But I lost my train of thought. I can't do live for 2 hours, apparently. And Tracy Thrist thanks me for the microwave cleaning tip. It worked beautifully. I'm very happy for you. That is a trick my grandmother taught me a long time ago that always works. Jenny has learned so much from me. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you. I appreciate it. So everybody in the chat, if you're a moderator, you guys know I love you. I appreciate everything that you do for me and for Justin. We are pretty much each other's support group, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the How many of us are there? 5 of us are pretty tight.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone else that came in today, whether you were here for the whole 2 hours or just for part of the day, I 100% appreciate any time you take out of your life to come here. Time is money in our job. And I'm always just flattered when you spend some of that time with me. I appreciate it. Do me a favor before you leave, smash the like button. If you haven't already and you would like to, please subscribe to this channel and help us feed a hungry hippo. You can find us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. We're at Flippin' Hippos. Until next time, you guys have a good afternoon. Go be productive. Get some listing done. Get some offers to likers on Posh. Make some money, money, money. Love you guys. I can't work my new mouse.